It's the number one spot. Remember that. It's the number one spot. Remember that. It's the number one spot. Remember that. If you at the number two, nobody remember you. It's the number one spot.
What's poppin', crackin', shaking, baby? It's your boy Q.U.E from the award winning number one spot, man. Hey, I'm in the building with my homie TC.
Hey, what's up with y'all? Hey, if y'all don't know me, if y'all, let me just go ahead, introduce myself. TC Carter, I go to U.H, media productions, YouTuber, road to 10K subscribers. You already know, subscribe if you haven't already. But enough talking about me, who we here with, who we got here today.
Already, man, it's definitely an honor and a pleasure, man, to introduce our next guest, man. Hey, she's doing big things right now, man. Hey, we got the super funny Keisha Hunt in the building.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
What's happening?
Maintaining, you know what it is, doing comedy.
Already. Hey, it's definitely an honor and a pleasure to have you on number one spot. Making the number one spot even hotter right now.
All right. Amazing, blazing.
Hold on, we live up in here. Let's get live up in here.
Okay, yeah, everybody live. I got 1, 2 watching me. Okay.
Let's get live.
For sure.
Got a whole
What's up, Shelly?
Hey,
a whole two.
Like 200, man, 2,000 right there.
Right on.
Dude, for real though, man.
Appreciate that.
Hey, like I said, it's definitely an honor and a pleasure to have you, man. We definitely gonna get right into it right now. Present the song and introduce the others, who you are, and just give them a small background check on you real quick.
Small background check. I am comedian Keisha Hunt. I've been doing comedy a lot over 15 years. For real, and I love it. I love what I do. It's almost sinful and criminalistic the way I love comedy.
Yeah.
But I've been doing comedy a long time. I've had the pleasure and honor to be historical within what I do and award-winning. I've won contests that Bernie Mac have won, that Keenan Ivory Wayans have won, and I'm the only female to win those same contests that they have won. So I try, I mean, I don't know if Black Girl Magic is still trending, but I just want to put my crown on straight.
Yeah, that's lit.
I just want to put my. I mean, it's not. Honesty is being humble. So
absolutely,
that's the truth.
Absolutely,
that's the
serious.
truth. That's the truth.
Serious though, man. We don't do that enough, man. We think it's a bad thing to talk about, our
what you've done
and embrace.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the best way to be humble is to just tell the truth and be honest about what you are and who you are and what you've done.
That's it.
Straight up. So I've done that.
Yeah, the biggest part of knowing who you are and
right on.
where you want to go.
Right on.
Man, straight up. So just take us down memory lane a little bit.
Okay.
So what got you interested into even wanting to do comedy?
Well, I always wanted to make people laugh. I mean, we can really get, really grungy with it, but I don't want to go too, deep. But I just want to find joy in people. That's always been my thing.
Absolutely.
I just want to see the happiness in people. So I went to audition for a play. And the director was like, we don't have any more acting roles. Can you rap? I was like, yes, I can rap.
Whatever. I can do that.
He said, you can write the raps and not whatever. I can write the raps.
Yeah.
And so in the downtime, there was another lady comedian that was there and was like, you funny. You need to come out to my spot. Yeah. And I'm like, I'll just come and watch you, but I won't go up.
Yeah.
So I go out and she goes, oh, y'all gonna enjoy this person.
Yeah.
And she couldn't remember my name. So she said, y'all give it up for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around like y'all give it up for a little bit. Right. Y'all give it up. She's like, you little bit. You come to the stage. I'm like, oh, Lord.
Yeah.
So I went up there. My very first time on stage, Dick Gregory was sitting in the audience.
Stop it.
I did not know who he was.
That's dope.
I ain't even know who he was. And there was another comedian with Dick Gregory named Al Freeman who was running a dope comedy club.
Yeah.
A black-owned comedy club outside. I mean, connected to a black-owned restaurant, Phil and Derek's.
That's dope.
Yeah, Speak Easy. So he was in the audience my very first time on stage. And I've been doing it ever since.
Just fell in love with it.
But right on.
So when you got off stage, did you connect with him?
I
That's
did.
what I was gonna say.
So many interviews you see Dick Gregory, and I'm like, okay, people thinking he told me something like that. He told me one thing. He said, "Hey, the way you holding your mic, you holding it like a rapper, and you make a lot of facial expressions. Move your mic from here to here." And he hit me on the shoulder and said, "Keep going," and walked out the door. I was like, "Okay." And I kept that with me, and I put it in my pocket, and I take it with me every day when I do comedy. So. You know, it wasn't a lot to a lot of people, but it was Dick Gregory to me. So it was a lot, and it still is. So I hold on to it.
Did you get a lot of laughs?
I did. First time, I still do a character that I'm still trying to make better. It's an Uncle Johnny character that I do that I started out with, but I did surprisingly.
That's awesome. That's what's the origin of the Uncle?
It's my uncle. It's my uncle. Like, stuff that he did when I was younger, I'm kind of appreciative of it now because I do it.
Right.
Like, he used to be drunk and talk in the mirror. Like, a woman beat his ass. Can I cuss? I'm sorry, my bad. A woman beat his butt with a heel one night after he went out to the club, and he came back home talking in the mirror because he not finna hit no woman. He said, "She must don't know who I am." You know, and but he was talking to himself like, I'm this and I'm that, and I'm like, you know what, we do that. Yeah. We got to get in the mirror and go, I'm successful, I'm this. Right. But I thought he was crazy. I thought he was crazy when he did it, but that's the origin of my uncle, just my real uncle. I got you. A couple of uncles mixed into one. Yeah, I can dig that. Right on. Awesome. That's awesome. Appreciate that.
Hey, man, if y'all did not know, man, y'all just not tuning in, man. We are in the building, man, with the super funny Keisha Hunt right now.
Right on. I ain't said nothing funny yet.
You got me laughing.
Okay, I appreciate that. I'm looking at that youngster over there. I'm like, what make him laugh? He over there like, okay, I just showing me his braces.
It's like, really, I'm with a comedian, so this be funny.
Yeah.
No.
I'm with a comedian, yes.
Cause like I know, like I got told that before, like, you know, I was funny, like you should be a comedian, but like it's not anything that I pursue, but you know, it's like someone that like, you know, someone that.
Well, see, a lot of times when we're on stage, that's usually, I mean, a lot of us are on 24/7.
Right.
A lot of us are not. Everybody ain't Robin Williams.
Right.
You know.
Right.
You know, but then again, when you know his story, maybe he was like that because he was hiding a lot of stuff that he didn't want society to know about.
Right.
You know, so it depends. Comedy is subjective, and so is the comedian. And so when you think about the comedian and what they've been through and how they're proceeding in life, like I'm very shy and quiet until I get on stage. Because then nobody can really touch me because I don't like to be around a lot of people. I don't know what to say to a lot of people.
Right.
And then I'm very spiritual. I don't know what kind of spirit you got on you. I don't really want you touching on me like that. And so when I'm on stage, I'm staring in the darkness, but the light is on me, and it's like that for a reason, you know, and maybe because I'm a minister of funny. So a lot of times when we sitting down in the elements of intimacy like this, it may not necessarily be a funny conversation, but it is about how the funny can be proclamated to make people laugh.
Right.
Right on.
Come on now. Right. Man. Hello, man. Hey, man, she's dropping the jewels right now.
Right on.
I
appreciate that. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So, well, you actually kind of touched on my next question. Like, I was just wondering, like, well, obviously, you get your material from real life situations, like you were saying, from your uncle and things of that nature. So, like, what's your secret to, like, conveying it to make the people laugh? Because that's not easy to do. You know what I'm saying? People can say, because, like, you know, like a lot of comedians say, you know, it's all about telling the story, you know. Some comedians, when they start out, they just do punchlines, you know, like everybody doesn't have that knack to be able to convey a joke to make it funny. Right. You know, without it sounding like a intro, you know, premise, punchline, the intro, premise, punchline, you know.
Right, premise, tag, punchline.
It gets you caught up in it. So speak to us about that.
I mean, comedy is subjective again. It depends on the individual. What drove us to love Richard Pryor is he was going through something that was relatable to us. You know, so the relatability of a lot of what we go through is where my comedy come from. Yeah. You know, it's just real life. And I mean, I don't necessarily, and I freestyle a lot. So it depends on the energy of the audience.
Did you always freestyle, like even when you first started, or that's something that came with?
That's something that came round about 2006, 2007 when I did Bill Bellamy's Who's Got Jokes. And they had it set up to where they planted a heckler in the audience. And we had to, it threw us off balance, and we had to figure out our way to deal with the heckler on live TV.
Right.
You know,
y'all didn't know. They probably ain't tell you.
They did not tell us. They just said, hey, go out there and do y'all thing. And then here come a heckler, and you like got your set. You know your set, because a set you've worked, a set you wrote down.
Right.
You know, and here you have to come off your set. Yeah, a set is more like a script for a comedian almost.
Right.
And so when you coming off your set like that, and that's what, to me, that's where the fun happens.
Yeah. You gotta really be on top of your stuff.
Right on.
To be able to go there and then come back and stick with your set.
For sure.
Pick up where you left off, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
But freestyling, so that's where I picked it up at, and I started doing shows around the United States with that, and people would heckle me from the audience. So it just became something I did.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We was chopping it up, a lot off cam, man, and you was, just spitting a lot of knowledge. Like I didn't even think about, just considering. I know probably TC can relate to this one, but you was just saying it's a little bit different, or how it is now is doing comedy, I guess, on social media platforms than opposed to doing stand up. Right. Like it's a different.
To me, it is.
Yeah.
To me, it is a different platform for it. I mean, the internet sensations or social media comics or what TC. I don't know what you would call it, but a social media superstar. Right. It's still someone who is very funny. Yeah. Whether they're online, but the transition from online to live stage. Yeah. In the beginning when it first started happening, maybe like 10 years ago. Yeah. When it started to flourish, like become rapidly. Like a thing. Yeah. It was a rift between live stand-up comedians and internet comedians when they started to travel.
They say like they're not a real comedian.
Yeah, that's the exact words that were used. But I'm like, let's give it a shot. Let's see. Yeah. Because I'm like, these dudes are like headlining comedy clubs, what you've been trying to do for years.
Come on now.
Maybe it ain't so bad. Maybe it ain't so bad.
All right, so a question. So you said when you get on stage, it's like this character you're trying to like that you like, that's what you were saying earlier, right?
I didn't say a character, but it's just another refresher part of me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so is that like
another perspective?
Facts. And how you were saying like how like the dude was like in the mirror, like
my uncle.
Yeah. Your uncle. And so like, do you do that and like to like practice first and then like you just like go out and do it, or just like it's just when you get on stage it's just that live like?
I do practice that. I do, and we go to open mics. Sometimes I mostly practice at home, just the way I just become my uncle.
In that mirror.
In that mirror. Yeah. I be him in that mirror. I honestly go through a process. I share memories of my childhood, what I remember from my uncle, and it goes through me, and it stay there. And for me to share that with the world, because I remember him, I miss him, I wanna talk about him, it comes out like that, as opposed to just crying about him all day, because he was an important source in my life. Yeah. And so I'm going to talk about my uncle, because he gave us tools that help me today. So I'm gonna give you those tools in a way that I want to tell it to you, because I'm really shy, and I know that people like to laugh. And I know that when you can make a strong person laugh. Yeah. And so Eddie Griffin told me this, and I use it. It works. Yeah. He said, if you know how to use your brain, and you use your brain against somebody else's brain, they ain't got enough sense to pick up their faculties to punch you. So if you smart enough, you ain't gonna never have to fight. And so I'm like, okay, let me use these wits. To get along in life, you know, without any violence or negativity or anything or pain for that matter. So I just take talking about my uncle instead of, in a way that could be sad or whatever, and just make him funny.
And it's therapeutic.
Yes, it is. That's to sum it up.
Process it better,
Yeah, to sum it all up.
Yeah, and for sure. Still living through you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? At the same time.
But open mics is, to answer your question, open mic and a lot of practicing at home because even when I go to open mic, I still want to be ready for open mic. Yeah. Like I don't want to take it completely fresh. And then the idea of the uncle, I'll still put him on stage and freestyle him as long as I'm in character. The character gonna come out.
Yeah.
You know, the character gonna come out.
So another question to you. So you're a comedian.
Yeah.
So like younger, you said it started like when you were younger and stuff. So like, did you ever have any like stage fright, or was like you was always like, you know, like?
Now that's where I feel safe at. I'm like, right now I'm gonna talk. Because if it's quiet, I'm gonna talk because I'm shy.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna be like, it's time to go. Eventually, if we ain't talking no more, then I'm gonna be like, well, I got to go. You know, so there was really no stage fright. It was like, let me hurry up and get up there because everybody's sitting down here. And I'm up there by myself and it's safe up there.
Yeah.
You know? It's safe up there. And as long as I'm talking and being funny, they gonna stay right there. And I'm gonna be, and I get to leave first, you know?
Yeah, right.
And then once I leave, then they can leave. So, I found comedy, like, don't take, like, when the pandemic hit, that messed with my emotions. Because you took my stage from me. So now I'm like, I gotta
switch the game up.
I gotta go online and ain't nobody right there. Yeah. So it's just me.
Yeah, right.
And I found it. I found a new thing I'm still learning how to do that. And being on tour with Tim Bay is teaching me a lot about social media.
Yeah, absolutely. Speak to us a little bit about Tim.
Man,
Tim
okay.
Because I can see, you always light up when you start talking about him. So just
because I love him.
A small background check on him.
First, I love comedy, and when it's a successful thing in it, I'm gonna talk about it. And then I'm traveling with him, and I'm seeing it just grow into this monster. Yeah. And I'm like, oh man, he gonna be a problem next year. He's a boss with it. He's a sweetheart. He's a kind person. He a good individual. And that's just to top it off that he's super talented.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's super talented. You tell it, he can go into any, I didn't know he can do that many impressions. And so I'm like, you can talk like Kirk Franklin, who else? And he just spew out these, running, and like it don't take but a second. Yeah. You say, be this character. Okay, boom. I'm like, dang. Yeah. he that, like if there was Tyler Perry, like put him in a machine and make it better.
Come on now.
I don't want to compare him. He's not Tyler Perry. He is Tim Bay. Yeah, he is no comparison. My bad, bro. Yeah. But he is Tim Bay. Like it's something to see. You want to go see him. You need to. It's. I'm just excited to see it grow like that. Yeah. Like from the internet, because that's.
No, just seeing that. No,
that's God. That's God though. Absolutely. When you can't find the words, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's God. Sure. It's good, then it's gotta be, because it ain't even good. It's something better than that. You can feel it, but you can't say it. That's what it is. Yeah. That feeling,
it just feels good.
That's God. Right. That's all it is. Yeah. But he is on his way to embarking into making history, into the transition from internet to stage in a way that nobody has ever done it. And I'm very excited to be a part of it in the beginning. I know right now it's a tour to prepare him for his one-man show that I know one day he gonna do. I probably spoke too soon on something, but he's an amazing young man that's gonna change the entertainment business for sure. Man, that's so awesome. For sure.
That's so awesome. What type of projects are y'all working on together right now?
Together, we just on tour right now. We on tour. I can't say the name of the tour. Yeah, but it involves a cuss word. Yeah. The Ain't Blank Unwittable tour. Yeah. So, Blank Unwittable tour. So I'm on tour with him. And then I also have other dates that I'm doing. Like I have a chance to work with Earthquake at a stadium and Ali Sadiq at a stadium for a drive-in comedy show. And that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, that's going to be dope.
Yeah, that's, to have that opportunity at a stadium,
Yeah, for sure.
When you first start doing comedy, you want those things. And then also with Tim Bay at an arena. So we're doing our thing, man.
Man, that's going to be pretty dope, man. The drive-in comedy show.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, that ought to be pretty interesting.
For sure.
Pretty interesting. Hey, if y'all just not tuning in right now, man, we are in the building, man, with the super funny Keisha Hunt right now. You know what I'm talking about?
You keep saying super funny, and I'll be like, I'm going to get it. I'm going to say something funny.
Nah, I ain't sure. You can have me.
But I am funny, man. It's just we talking about the funny.
Yeah,
so yeah.
Absolutely, man. It's just interesting, just the way you talk and just consider how much you've learned. Like I can tell, like you've been doing your homework.
Yeah, I love
it. Like you know what I'm talking about. Like you really have been doing your homework on this comedy thing. Like how do you feel Like, what do you feel gives you that to wanna? Because you know, a lot of people kind of just go and just like, oh, I can freestyle it. But what gives you that to wanna, be a student of the game?
I don't even know. I don't even know why I love it so much.
Yeah.
Like I want to tell you some stuff I've given up for it,
Yeah.
and then people will judge me. So I ain't gonna do that either. So I just love it. I don't know why I'm such a student of it. I guess because when you start to indulge into something, when you start to find a type of love for something, then you're going to want to know everything about it. And it keeps changing, just like individuals, just like humanity. It keeps changing, and so you keep discovering it. You keep wanting to discover it because you love it.
Yeah.
And so it's just the love of comedy. I love comedians. I love great ones, bad ones, good ones, ugly ones, fat ones, skinny ones, successful ones, me. So it's just anything to do with comedy, the embryo of it. I just want to know where the female stance of it comes from, where it might be going,
So,
about that.
do you mean that you like everyone and you accept them for who they are?
For sure, because I mean, if that's you, yeah,
I feel you.
yeah. These new millennials, I don't know what y'all call after millennials. What's after millennials?
I don't even know. What's after millennials? Pirate?
Generation Z.
Garbage bags.
Generation Z.
Garbage bags. Garbage bags.
Garbage bags. That's
Garbage
what.
bags.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
Garbage bags. That's
No.
something somebody great grandmother would say, trying to say garbage bags.
Ratchet around and grab one of them.
There's some garbage bags. So tell them, put that in the garbage. Go ahead and put that in the garbage.
Garbage bags.
Lot of mercy.
What's the other words y'all was talking about?
Oh, shit.
Millennial?
Oh,
Millennials.
Yeah.
millennials. Right on. See, he don't even know.
Generation Z though. I think it's Generation
Oh, Generation
Okay.
Z. So we X, I guess, supposedly. And y'all, you Generation
Man,
Z?
I'm an alien. I ain't even here.
Millennial.
For real, nigga, you sound like him.
I'm an
That's what he
alien.
always say.
I ain't even here.
I'm a vampire from a whole nother planet though. In
Right.
A whole nother universe.
So do they do blood, your kind?
Hmm?
Do your kind do blood? It like survive on blood if you from another dimension on another planet?
Now we get how of life. We'll die where we'll fall off.
Ooh. Now see, put that out. Whatever you smoking.
He got the same
It's
DNA
elevation.
too. He got the same DNA too.
Who? TC caught TC? I know TC do. TC just asked me a real simple question in a way that stumped me, like he asked me a project math question. He said, "So you appreciate people for who they are?" That's a simple question.
Huh.
He over here had me stumped. I'm like,
Thank you.
I don't know if I do or not. I think I like to be judgmental. I don't know. But that was a simple
Don't
question.
judge me.
But that's how y'all ask questions, and I appreciate it. Was real simple. Do you like candy? But sometimes I don't know why you asking me that. But I appreciate it. Right on. Right on. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a I stereotype people. I'm square one. I maintain square business. Whatever stereotype it is with you, I'm gonna go off of that. And that's how
Right
I
on.
handle it.
Right on.
That's that stereotype, huh?
I
But with
judge
that-
people and all that shit.
Yeah.
Why not, right? Why not?
Out the muscle, 99.9% of the time, you gonna be right. It's a stereotype for a reason.
All right. Now we'll talk about that after later. Go do your thing.
Right on. Right on.
Now, with that
But-
being said, though, go
reason
ahead.
I
You got another simple
Yes.
but
Nah,
complex
nah.
question.
No.
Nah.
I like talking to him.
I just
They wake
I'm
you
just,
up.
Like
Straight up though.
we on live, like people like they hearing us talk, so I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
like really sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I just want like we having a conversation. Isn't this what this is?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm just like the reason I asked you that is because like you earlier in the previous conversation you were saying that you were spiritual, and then like I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. That's good. Like that's what's up. Yeah, but and then like how you were talking and then how you just say things is like I can tell. So that's why I just really asked that. Yeah, it was simple, but like yeah, just for like I guess like to I don't want to say confirmation, but just know like
Yeah.
to
answer some
answer some questions.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Okay.
Just to like get a little conversation started.
Yeah, I can dig it.
But so, wait, where are you from?
Houston, Northwest Side. Yeah. Right on. You from Houston?
Yeah.
Born and raised.
Yeah.
Do I sound like I'm from H-Town? Not really.
Yeah. It depends.
Right on. Right on. Yeah, I'm born and raised in Houston, Northwest Side.
Man,
right on.
Straight up. Hey, I'm loving it, man. Nah, go ahead, man.
Me too. Please, please.
I'm learning.
That's what these are made for.
Yeah,
like these conversations, it's not supposed to. I didn't put in no. Hey, don't ask me this.
Yeah. Ain't nothing off limits.
Yeah.
Nah,
y'all waiting for me to say something?
Yeah.
Keep on talking, man.
Let's see. So, wait, we all right?
Yes.
We rolling.
All right. So what makes you like not want to give up? Cause you like me, for example.
Right.
I do YouTube. Yes, like you gotta grind every day, edit. Put in those hours, put in that time. But like me, I'm a Gemini. I procrastinate. So like that's normal. But like I know like that's not good. But that's just me. I procrastinate. So like kind of like some advice. But like kind of like what do you do that keep you going? That doesn't like that like
stagnate you.
Yeah, like that just like
keep
decreases. Basically, like what keeps you going? That just decreases the procrastination.
Good question.
That is a great question. Like I said earlier, discovery, wanting to. Me personally, I want to be the best, and wanting to be the best, you can't. Because my thing is, if I'm wanting to be the best at this and then somebody else is the best at that, I'm not trying to compare myself to that. But I figure out what I've already done in my past, and I want to beat that. And I've done a lot of great things. Absolutely. So that's what makes me keep going. So I keep doing stuff to beat myself. And then I also have a son. And my son is looking at me like, okay, lady, you done left me on a couple occasions to go work on the weekends or to go out of the country and work and do some stand-up comedy. And so I want to make sure I'm a successful rate for my son and my own proclamation.
Absolutely.
So that's what makes me keep going more so than anything. And I also feel like I'm a minister of funny. I do feel like that I'm doing God's work when it comes to it, because I don't feel like there should be one minister or one person of spiritual aspect. Absolutely. Because there's not one individual. God didn't put himself out here to be humanized in one way. Right. So I just feel like there's some people that need to be reached, that need to see me say what I need to say, that can tap into them. So in the way that I do it, may have to, some of the words may have to be colorful. Thank God it's not religious, but it's spiritual.
Absolutely.
So it can follow in that direction like that. Yeah. So that's what keeps me going.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah. Awesome.
That was a great question, TC.
Yeah, man.
Think so?
Check him out, man.
Yes.
Check him out, man.
That was a great one, TC.
Man, straight up, man.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to know, just considering, I mean, we have come a long way, in so many aspects, but in the comedy industry, do you still like receive any, backlash or anything like that as a female?
Yes.
Is it still like that?
Yes.
Serious?
I've been doing comedy 20 years, so if you want to take some time, I'll show you some pictures from when I first started. Mm-hmm. I'm a curvy woman. Mm-hmm. And I wore tight clothes. I would like show my figure a little bit. Mm-hmm. I never really wore heels or a dress or anything like that. And I never really talked about being bisexual at the time. Mm-hmm. Now I just talk about who I am. I'm not bisexual. I'm just a lesbian. Just a human. I like the way you said that. But back then it was more so because of how I was raised and whom I was raised with and the perspective that they wanted me to come from. So it really changed. And the people that I thought were my fans, all of that went away when I came out of the closet. It just changed.
Yeah.
And so that was another thing that kept me going. If I'm really funny, I could be myself.
That's it.
I don't have to just tell that side of life, the hiding Keisha.
Right.
So let me be myself and tell you what it really is. And it's picking up now.
Yeah.
You know, 13 years later, 14 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I love it. What
If I answered your question.
No, you did.
Okay.
You did. Before we get up, all right, man. TC, man, you got anything else you wanna add to that one?
I'm cool. Like for right now.
All right. Well, I like to ask our artists this question, man. I get some interesting answers.
Right on.
I was just concerned, just considering everything that you learned. You're a student of the game. I consider you being a veteran in the game.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Legend in the game.
Right on.
You know what I'm talking about? So just what kind of advice would you give a younger Keisha Hunt?
Ooh. A younger Keisha Hunt. What I would tell her now, don't listen to nobody. Don't listen to them. Not even that person.
Yeah.
Like, don't listen. Oh man, don't do it.
Yeah.
That's what I would tell younger Keisha. Don't. I wouldn't change anything except that.
Yeah.
Just don't listen to nobody. When it comes to.
And what way do you mean?
Like with the aspirations of my heart going after my career. So don't listen to nobody. So when it come down to making that choice, if you should go to LA or stay in Houston, the choice I made was what everybody else said for me to do.
Right.
When I later discovered that wasn't the choice to make. So don't listen to nobody. That's what I would tell younger Keisha.
I got you.
Right
Man,
on.
I like that. Yeah,
Right
I
on.
like that answer. Nah, serious though, man, because like even people that you think they giving you good advice for your best interest,
it's really what they fear for you.
Yeah.
And what I'm learning now, because I don't know, I as I grow older, I get funnier, but I get more serious off stage.
Yeah.
And NLP is something that just really I'm studying right now. And so a lot of times what people say to you can be like controlling over your life if you don't understand words and how they say it and how you put them together. And that also helps with comedy too.
Absolutely.
Like 3 T's, if you say tantalizing T's or something like that, it
yeah.
could be funny. But anyway.
Yeah. Nah, it's definitely not.
Yeah.
It's definitely not what you say. Is how you say it.
You're right on.
For sure. So, let the people know, Sue, what you working on right now and how they can,
Working on right now is a sitcom and a comedy series for TV, LJCCTV. I filmed it at the peak of the pandemic in 2020 with some amazing comedians in and around the city of Houston. And I'm working on a sitcom that's really different from a very poignant perspective, I guess.
Yeah, what's the name of it?
It's simply called Keisha,
but
but the perspective is on the show I have 5 baby mamas that I got pregnant.
Yeah.
So, right.
Yeah.
Right. There's nothing like that on TV. Like they show with 2 women is 2 women kissing.
Right.
You don't show none of you. Like I went to jail 8 times behind these women. We finna talk about it.
Yeah.
So I just feel like it need to be some realness, quote unquote on the realness.
Yeah.
But it need to be, because we don't know any other word to use for that. But it need to be something from a perspective that's relatable.
Right. Tell some other stories than what's already been told.
Or some prudent stories. So,
Yeah.
something that ain't never happened and people don't think can ever happen, but it can. So I'm finna show you. I'm finna show you. Stem cell research. I watch a lot of TED Talks, and it's been done. It's actually been done with monkeys and humans.
Yeah.
And so what they did is they took 2 homosexual male and female relationships. First, they did it with monkeys through stem cell research. The 2 females gave birth, and because women bodies are made to do that, and also the chromosome situation,
Right.
are made to produce humans.
Right.
So they gave birth to a child. The child lived to be 6 years old with the monkeys. With the 2 male monkeys, the baby lived to be 6 months, because men, no way, form, or fashion, whether you go get reconstructed to be a woman or not,
Right.
you are incapable of giving birth.
Right.
And so, but 2 women can impregnate each other and give birth. Men can't do that. And so it's going to be talked about on my sitcom.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, come on, man.
Exactly like that.
Come
It is
on.
exactly like that.
Exactly.
It's
like
exactly like that. That's crazy.
That. Wow,
That's a
is
stronger
crazy.
human though.
Duly noted.
That's
So that tells you
extraordinary
what the
human.
women. That's tell you who the woman and how God created the woman.
Yeah.
But it get deep into that. It also has like one of the characters on the show is black man, and so every perspective that a black man needs to be told from, he talks about it like it's just crazy.
That's
I just
deep. Yeah,
so I
yeah,
want it
it's
to be
like-
funny though. So I got some writers that's
funny
cold.
and teachers something at the same time.
It's gonna be funny and informative funny.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love it.
So that's what I'm working on right there.
Man, that's gonna be pretty dope. I'm actually looking forward to that one right now, man. For real.
Right on.
Well, shoot, put your information out there, man. I know people gonna want to get in touch with your book here, all those type of things.
Right
So,
on. Appreciate that. At comedian Keisha Hunt on Instagram, at Keisha Hunt on Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. I'm on the TikTok.
Already, you on the TikTok? They
The
got you.
TikTok.
They got you. Nah.
Oh, they got me. I got on the
Yeah,
TikTok.
'cause nah, they got me too, though.
They got
I
me.
wasn't on it for a while, but you know, my little grandkids, they be on there, man. So I was like,
But
all
yeah,
right.
yeah, might as well. It's just water. Like, come on with it.
Makes sense. But now, go ahead. I get
But
that.
those are my social medias. My manager is Tressa Ellaby. You can also find her on Instagram, Tressa_Ellaby. She's also on the OWN network on Ready to Love with nephew Tommy coming out. So you all will be seeing that. Yeah.
That's gonna be dope.
Wait,
Yeah.
so like you're a comedian, so
Yeah.
are you gonna do some acting, right? So do
I
you think
do,
you're
I
gonna
want
like
to.
branch off and like jump into all these different categories
I want to. Yeah. I'm not.
eventually?
If nobody comes to me or if I go to auditions and nobody pick me, I create it myself. Like the sitcom, I'm also doing a movie that is silent, but it requires acting.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily require vocal acting, but
Right.
it just requires a lot of physical acting. And it's going to tell a beautiful story, again, from the LGBT.
Yeah, what's the name of that?
The name of that one is The Resistance of Lisa.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It's weird. That one, I ain't going to tell you about that one.
Yeah.
But it's a short film.
Suspense on that one, yeah.
So yeah, I am going to dive into acting. I appreciate you asking me that, TC. Yeah, we want to do something together.
For sure.
Heck yeah, man.
Hey,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Make it happen, man.
I
Put
know,
on
we
the
can,
YouTube channel, man.
We
Yeah,
can do
Yeah.
that. Talk about that like off
Yeah,
camera.
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Hey, well, sure. With that being said, I appreciate you, Miss
Thank
Keisha
you.
Hunt.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, and if y'all don't know who I am,
Them
again,
jewels.
my
Oh, yeah,
fault.
yeah.
Oh, if y'all know
Go
who I am
ahead, man.
again,
Go
before we
ahead.
leave, Almighty TC Carter, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Almighty TC, roll to 10K. Hit me up for any type of
TC
photo shoot,
Carter.
anything. Yeah.
That's my uncle name. TC.
Carter. Oh.
Yeah.
And they used to
I'm
ask him,
serious.
what's his name? He go, TC Carter, 10 years old. He used to just TC Carter. That's his
Come
name.
on now.
What?
Yep, that was my
Man,
uncle
come on,
name.
man. Look
I
at
swear
that.
to God.
Look at that.
His name,
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Look at that.
Earlier, if you rewind this interview later, I said TC Carter. You didn't never tell me your last
What?
name was Carter.
Yeah. You
I said
did.
TC
You
Carter.
did say that.
I said that it just rolled off my tongue because that's my uncle's name. He ain't alive, but he's an element of my character.
Man, come on.
So
What
yeah.
It was divine.
Yeah,
It was
I don't
divine.
know what that is. I believe in omens and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
God will show His face. He would talk real fast. We just can't catch it.
That
We
is
got quiet
crazy.
for a moment because that was the
Yeah,
truth.
yeah.
It was the truth.
Yeah,
Look
but
at us
I'm trying-
nervous
I'm
and
trying-
stuff. God is in here. I'm sweating.
lit.
Okay, I'm finna go.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm trying to peep it.
Oh yeah, but that's my uncle name, TC. We
Man,
called it his
that's
TC,
too
but
loud.
it was TC Carter. He used to go TC Carter, 10 years old.
Yeah.
Wait, so he had
Yeah.
he had woman trouble?
Yes.
What?
Yes, very handsome guy. Maybe that's why you look familiar to me. Remember I kept saying you look familiar
Yeah.
with your people from Cali?
Nah.
South Bank, Texas.
I don't know what it. Oh, this dude over here a genius. Yeah, for real.
I'm just my cousin. Working with him, trying something out. Actually, I can see like, give me some feedback. I'm not like really like, I'm kind of new to this podcast stuff.
man,
Like,
You
got
just
it,
be
man.
yourself.
You
That's
got
what
it,
it is.
man.
You're doing great.
You doing it.
just, yeah,
You're doing great.
Straight up.
appreciate that.
And I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Sitting down, man. Taking out the time with us as well,
sure.
man. You
Of
know
course,
what I'm
of
talking
course,
about?
Yes.
of course.
Doing this thing, man. Hey,
Thank y'all for having me. Appreciate you.
I already.
Nice to meet you, TC.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
Oh, you got any last minute shout outs or anything? My bad.
She did shut up.
Did you?
I did some shout outs. Tressa Ellaby, Tim Bay, Mo Vickers, my sister Mo Vickers, and BSGG Lil Man. What's up? Yeah.
Already.
And lots of others. Charge it to my head, not my heart.
There you go.
Comedians?
There you go.
Are those other comedians?
BSGG Lil Man is a rapper. Tressa Ellaby is my manager and a comedian. Tim Bay is also a comedian and my friend.
What?
It's my buddy, man. I love that.
Little comedian clique.
Yeah, it ain't no clique. We just, you know,
Well,
we
not a
just.
little clique, you know. But
I see what you're
jokes.
saying.
Yeah.
A little jokey joke crew. TC Carter, 10 years old. Right on.
If you ain't at the number 1 spot, you're number 2. And nobody remembers number 2. Remember that, baby. And like my boy Buck say, till next time, keep that number 1 spot in your mind. And we out of here. DJ DQ.
Peace.
Hey, take us up out of here, my man. Matter of fact, you got a video or something? You got a video you want to shoot?
BSGG Lil Man Yayo. Right on.
There it is. Let's shoot to that right now. Right
With
here on
Jazzy
the
Faye.
spot.
It got Jazzy Faye in it.
Man, hold up. Exclusive. Yeah.